am again because I wanted to just separate these two topics. Yeah, in my last video, of course, I talked about the signs of the coming of Jesus, that we're so close and we need to keep our eyes open and constantly watch for the signs. And one of the signs is, of course, this talk about democracy. What is democracy? People don't even know what democracy is anymore. It's in the hands of somebody else. Oh, the majority is going to decide what our freedom looks like. And the majority is going to be totally wrong and going the wrong way, but we're going to have to go the wrong way with the majority. This is what democracy is today. They have no more really understanding that democracy is still in the hands of the individual. Not the most majority people. We use to vote for presidents and certain things through a democratic vote. But that's not what our country is built on. Our country is built on freedom of the individual. Not bowing, the individual bowing to the need of the group, the larger group. That's not what our country is built on. On individual freedom. Freedom of speech, freedom of press. And obviously, we're coming to a place in our country where that is destroyed. And today, I just want you to listen to this speech by John F. Kennedy that he did in April 1961. Most people know maybe two sentences from it. Conspiracy, right? They always use it and say conspiracy. And but they always want to kind of put this conspiracy on an elite or Illuminati or whatever. No. What he's talking about here in the speech is the freedom of press and the freedom of speech. And that freedom of speech and freedom of press is in the process of being taken away. And he is speaking up against it. And he says, under my administration, that will not happen. You will not take away the freedom of speech and the freedom of the press. He's saying, I am totally for presenting the information and not hiding information. This is what he's talking about. You need to listen to this speech. 60 years later, people, we end up during a time where that is not important anymore. Oh, no. We have to protect the people and hide the truth from them. We cannot say anymore, there is no more freedom of speech. Our press now is in the hands totally of, the shadow government. Let's say the government. I'm not going to say shadow government because the government is already in the hands of whoever is above them on this pyramid of power. I know I have talked about this pyramid of power and who is way on top, who's been way on top forever. And of course, the United States started like a lamb, right? Revelation 13, this beast out of the earth, started like a lamb, innocent, but now it speaks like a dragon. And the dragon is Satan. And dragon is not interested in your freedom of speech or freedom of information. Not interested. He wants to hide everything. He has hidden everything. And in every way he is hiding things from people. He does not want people to see the truth. Oh, he wants to give them a little bit, just enough, so he can be protected. No, Not going to happen that he's going to be protected. He's going to be destroyed. If you watch my last video, that's what I was talking about. Lies after lies after lies, hiding the truth from the public. So they cannot make a good decision. When you don't have the full information, you cannot make a good decision. And that's what's been happening for I don't know how long in the United States, at least since Abraham Lincoln. I mentioned Charles Chiniquy, the book of 50 Years in the Roman Church. Please, you need to really read that book, showing you clearly that even during the time of Abraham Lincoln, this attack of our freedom of speech, freedom of anything, has been undertaken by the Vatican. The Pope has no interest in our freedom. He wants to destroy the freedom of the United States. We know that, like I said, from Charles Chiniquy and others. We know that from what happened in Europe. Pope had total dominion over everybody, and he continued even after the individual countries wanted to be independent from the Pope. He still went underground to influence the politics and caused the destruction of every one of these countries that were against the Pope. Happened. He didn't care if all these countries were destroyed. Well, he chose somebody else, the United States, and he groomed the United States in the background, underground, in the shadows. He groomed the United States to become the next beast. And he did that since Abraham Lincoln's time, or even before that. So yeah, he could let Europe go down almost to the brink of destruction, so he can groom another beast for her Babylon the Great purposes. And it seems like whoever wrote the speech from John F. Kennedy in 1961 had a very good idea what's going on in the United States even 60 years ago. And what we've seen in the past 3 years was exactly a culmination of that. I don't think it's finished yet, but it'll continue and it'll get worse. It'll get worse. But John F. Kennedy, or whoever wrote his speech, was aware of it. Maybe it was Kennedy, because Kennedy was killed for that purpose. Because he was standing in the way of the destruction of, I shouldn't be saying democracy, but what do you call it? Freedom of the people? Freedom of the speech? Freedom of the press? There's no more freedom of the press right now. They're all in the hands of the government, or whoever is behind the government. I know that because I've been affected by it myself. And you all know, if you've been following me long enough, you know how my videos have been affected by exactly what John F. Kennedy was talking about 60 years ago. And he said, no, I'm against that. I believe that in a country, democratic country, which we probably still have somewhat in those days, that this cannot happen. The people need to hear the whole information, and then they will make a decision, a good decision. He believed in the American people that they would be doing make the right decision if they had all information, not just the information that an elite wants them to hear. So I'm doing this video for you to listen to the speech and Corbett report that's where I found the speech just recently. He brought it out, and I'm thinking, whoa, I listened to it. I'm thinking, this is exactly what's been happening. The destruction of this, freedom of speech for the past 60 years. Lies after lies after lies that we are hearing about various subjects. In my last video, I talked about lies about science and the destruction, the catastrophic event that is going to come. The catastrophic cycles that should be talked about. People need to be prepared. No, they don't care about people being prepared for this catastrophic event coming. And information about all kinds of things, medical information, healing information. I don't even want to talk about medical, because talk about healing. I need to know everything about how I can heal my body, whether it's natural or not natural. And then I have to make that decision what's right for me. Not a small group, or even the majority of people. The majority of people shouldn't tell me what I have to choose as a healing method. Just want to say that much. But yes, this is going to be a short video, because I want you to listen to that speech of Robert F. Kennedy and realize, people, what kind of system we have today. Not a free speech system. Not a free system anymore. Because Robert F. Kennedy was killed for that purpose. So they could take over this free speech system. Because he says, nope, not under my administration will you implement that. Coming to an end, people. Let the Holy Spirit guide you. Watch for the signs that are coming. Get information, as much information as you can. And sometimes, you know what? You have to be open and go to other platforms to get the information. And remember, they can give you 90% of the information, but they withhold still 10%, and it's still going to be bad. Okay? Or they give you 10% wrong information. You get information as much as possible, because the time to get it is getting shorter and shorter. Pretty soon you will not find the truth anymore, because that's towards what we're going towards. That's the information. All information is going to be restricted, and they will only let you have so much. Only so much. Anyways, again, let the Holy Spirit guide you.